Hey, what's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and today I would like to test out my new microphone along with make a fun and awesome video. So, apologies in advance if my voice fades in and out. It's something I'm working on with the software on my computer. I just got this awesome new microphone. I'm getting really close to it. Audio Technica, I think it's the 2100. I don't know. It's a really nice microphone. It's like 120 bucks, and I'm pretty happy about it so far. So I just want to go to my messages real quick. I had a pretty good advice or Magic Prime here. Had a good idea. Top 10 characters that should have a movie. So I guess that's going to be the next video I make, which is right now. I don't know if I can come up with 10 characters that are in this game that should have a movie that don't have one already, but I can definitely think of 3 or 4, and I guess we'll start with, everybody pretty much knows who my number 1 is. So my prerequisite for this is that you cannot have had your own feature film, and if you've had your own feature film, you can't have been really like I don't know. I guess I'm going to break my own rules because there's one character who I'd love to see get their own movie. That's this guy right here, Hawkeye. So, yeah, he's been featured in the Avengers. Yeah, he's been in, Thor, the first Thor. He's been in some movies, but, he hasn't had his own feature film. Jeremy Renner has become a really big star, so I think it'd be pretty cool if Hawkeye got his own movie. I also think it'd be really cool if they could somehow incorporate, the cowl into the, kind of the motif of Hawkeye. So this classic uniform is definitely my favorite for Hawkeye. I know purple and blue is, definitely not a 2014 color, but I like him so much more than the, kind of newer version Hawkeye, who's kind of part, like Spec Ops, he's okay, I get it, but, this is Hawkeye to me. I love this outfit. I have a mini bust made by Gentle Giant of this outfit version of Hawkeye. So I feel like this is definitely, you've got Jeremy Renner already in place. Jeremy Renner has become a pretty big star in his own right, not just because of the Avengers, but just in his own right. So I really don't see the harm in having a Hawkeye movie. I think people would watch it, and it would definitely do a better job of, kind of showing off the character. What is going on with his forehead? It looks like there's like some kind of a alien living in his forehead the way it's all rippling. That is so weird. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it looks like he has maybe it's my TV. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to look at my camera, but it looks like he has like worms inside of his head. Anyway, that's enough of that. Jeremy Renner's a great actor, and Hawkeye definitely deserves his own movie. Jeremy Renner was actually kind of disappointed with the way that Hawkeye had been portrayed. So I know he cares about the characters, so why not have a Hawkeye movie? Another character that I think would do really well, with their own movie. I'm I guess kind of biased, but Nova. Not Sam Alexander. Sam Alexander is a bitch and a punk and is not really a Nova as far as I'm concerned. But Rich Rider, there's a lot of really great stories about him, and I know they're going to feature the Nova Corps in Guardians of the Galaxy, but I really just kind of feel like Nova would really, he's Marvel's Green Lantern, I get it. This is the Hal Jordan of Marvel Comics. Rich Rider, that is. Definitely not Sam Alexander. Sam Alexander is off the top of my head, I can't think of the most annoying character of any comic, that's Sam Alexander. So, anyway, there's a lot of different angles you can take with him. I know John C. Reilly is going to be Roman Day in Guardians of the Galaxy. Glenn Close is somehow going to be Nova Prime. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that. I'm not really stoked about that. I guess we can kind of see what happens, but Nova's definitely one of my favorite characters. I'm obviously completely biased. I think that this is definitely a character that could have some interesting stories. Annihilation on its own is fantastic. If you're eventually going to have Thanos be a big part of everything, you could do the story where, Nova and Star-Lord end up taking out Thanos, kind of like the Thanos Imperative. That would be really interesting. Even if they just find a way to get, Rich Rider into, the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, that would be pretty awesome. I'm ready for Rich Rider to come back. I mean, seriously, enough of the Sam Alexander crap. So, I guess that's my next choice would be Nova. There have been rumors that this guy would be getting his own movie. I feel like there's enough going on with Doctor Strange where you could probably give him his own movie. Just, the magic of it all. It would be a very different type of movie for Marvel Comics, potentially. I mean, there's a lot of really cool characters that you can have him go up against with all the magical stuff. It would be very different from what you see in the Avengers. And, I mean, I guess to an extent, Thor kind of dealt with some of the mystic arts. Loki is the god of mischief, and, but, I mean, not really at the level of, Doctor Strange. So, I feel like when I first heard that they were considering doing a Doctor Strange movie, I was not really all that, impressed. I wasn't really thrilled. I didn't understand why they would do, him as a character for it, because I didn't really think he was, necessarily that interesting of a character. But, the more I've read him, the more I've looked into him, the more I realized, hey, this is a pretty cool character. Here he is as Sanctum Sanctorum. So I think Doc Strange could definitely do something pretty cool, and I would certainly be more than happy to go see a Doctor Strange movie. We'll see. Number 2, because I'm doing a top 5 here. Number 2 on my list is, I was thinking about this earlier, and like I said, I'm trying to avoid characters that have already had their own feature film, and I'm definitely, Hawkeye was kind of stretching it because he's been featured in the Avengers. Like, characters like Elektra and Daredevil and, most of the X-Men I'm kind of staying away from. I really don't think a Gambit feature film would be that interesting, but one character I think would be pretty cool is the Black Panther. I feel like they're missing, I know that they're really trying with Black Panther to, in the comics anyway, to make him a star. And, they made him part of the new Avengers, the Illuminati. They've tried quite a bit to make him powerful over the years. He's had his own kind of Marvel Knights, cartoon-style movie that's kind of explained his backstory. T'Challa would definitely be a great character. I think the best part about it is, the opportunity to create a really strong black character, for the movies. Not just have, you got Nick Fury as Samuel L. Jackson, or Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Now you've got Jamie Foxx doing the ultimate version of Electro. And, you really have a good opportunity here to just establish a character who is and always has been black, has that, African culture. There's definitely a really great opportunity with the Black Panther to feature him a lot more. I know that they're going to be doing the Netflix thing with They're gonna have a couple live action series with Daredevil. Then they're gonna have Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and then Iron Fist, and then they're gonna do a whole Defenders, for the fourth season. So that'll be cool. I mean, having Luke Cage, but this guy I think is, I know I have a lot of friends that obviously, are black, whatever, and all of them really seem to like the Black Panther, and he's a great character. I love him, and I really feel like that's the character that a lot of people kind of gravitate towards. So let's do it up. Black Panther. Number one, with a bullet. Do you even have to? I mean, honestly, do you even have to guess who could possibly be number one? It's me. Look at the background. Me, Deadpool. It's so important that Deadpool gets his own movie that I'm going to pick him twice. And I wish I could have an X-Force version of Deadpool right now. I just got to make sure that me in the background is featured, because this is the guy Marvel Comics needs to be putting all their money behind. That is Deadpool. Deadpool is, in my opinion, the most important character in Marvel Comics. Now, granted, I am a massive Deadpool fan, but this guy is pure gold. He's a moneymaker. Jerry Dugan has been doing a really great job with him. I think, he is definitely the guy that can, help lead Marvel Comics moving forward. Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, they've all, definitely carried the company the whole way. But, Deadpool has become, I think, one of the top 5 most popular comic book characters in the world. I think he's right there with, Spider-Man. I think he's starting to be recognized, Alright, so he's definitely not right there with Spider-Man. Spider-Man is he is the ultimate. I think pretty much Spider-Man is on the level of Mickey Mouse in terms of, who is, the most recognizable, cartoon type character in the world. So, but Deadpool's trending that way, and, Ryan Reynolds is definitely an actor that has, talked about playing Deadpool, so it's important to him that Deadpool be a rated R movie, and, now that Marvel Comics is owned by Disney, I don't know if that's really possible, but it's Ryan Reynolds. Dude gets what he wants, right? Ugh, that was kind of like a yawn in between talking. So, I would love to see a Deadpool movie. I want it done right, though. What we kind of saw at the end of X-Men Origins Wolverine was pathetic. I think everybody agrees with that. But when Ryan Reynolds was in the movie as Deadpool, he came as advertised. He nailed the Merc with the mouth. Especially considering, the cancer version of Deadpool, from what I can tell anyway. So, what would I want to see for a Deadpool movie? I couldn't even tell you, to be completely honest. I would say I would probably want to just see lots of violence, lots of stuff that doesn't make any sense, whatsoever. It doesn't matter, really. I just want a Deadpool movie, and I don't think that's too much to ask. So, I could care less who they have for characters for him to go up against and all that kind of stuff. So, it would just be an awesome movie. Even if they made it, really super cheesy, as long as they followed the script, it would just be such a funny movie. Anything... I would listen to Deadpool read the phone book, to be completely honest with you. He's that interesting and funny of a character. There's just so much you can do with it. So many cameos that you can have. Deadpool pretty much rubs elbows with everybody in the Marvel Universe, so I gotta stop doing videos so late. But those are my top 5 characters. I can't do 10 because honestly, if you look at this list, you know, characters that have been featured in movies, you know, most of them, you know, Fantastic Four have already had a movie. You know, Wolverine's had multiple movies. I don't really think a Black Widow movie would be interesting, although, although, considering that Scarlett Johansson plays Black Widow, I would watch her do anything. I would watch her read the phone book. But I really don't feel like a Black Widow movie would be very interesting. Maybe if they found a way to do a Black Widow and Hawkeye movie together. But for now, I'm okay with Black Widow just kind of being a tag-along, you know, in, you know, showing up in Iron Man. And, you know, she's going to obviously be a big part of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. You know, looking through here, I kind of lump all the X-Men together. You know, as far as I'm concerned, they're all part of the same thing. There's really nobody else interesting here. I mean, an X-Force movie would be kind of cool if, you know, you could work Archangel in there. I mean, Howard the Duck has even had movies. I just, you know, I can't really say Elektra. She had a movie. Daredevil had a movie. He's also going to have the TV show. So I'm kind of against that. I mean, if I have to see Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider one more time, I'm going to shoot myself. You know, obviously Goblin and Loki and Magneto, you're not going to have movies there. I mean, unless they're like a bad guy movie, which I don't really think would work very well. You know, Moon Knight is pretty cool, but nobody really gives a shit about him, which is why his comic gets like ended every other year. Every time they try to make a comeback. So, you know, Punisher has had movies. Guardians of the Galaxy have one coming out. Silver Samurai was sort of just in, you know, the Wolverine. Silver Surfer was a big part of Fantastic Four, the last Fantastic Four movie. You know, all these guys you're really not going to put in there. I mean, I suppose you could do a Taskmaster movie, but he's not a powerhouse enough to draw like a lot of people on his own. You know, Iron Patriot, War Machine, they are definitely out because they're a big part of the Iron Man movies. That's it, really. I mean, I went through all of this and definitely discussed what I thought was, you know, the most, you know, movie ready. So you're not going to do a Falcon movie. That's just asinine. So yeah, that's what I think. My top 5 characters that I think from Lego Marvel superheroes that could, you know, make for an interesting movie. I mean, if I had to pick some characters that are not in this game that could be interesting for a movie, I'd have to think about it a little bit, but there really aren't too many. Most of the popular characters are in this game, and they've already had their, you know, their movie, or they've been a big part of it. I know I cheated a little bit with Hawkeye, but, you know, whatever. Did the best I could picking out these characters, so in any event, I appreciate you watching. I hope, and I mostly rambled and did this video just to see how my new microphone was going to respond. I'm hoping that it sounds better. I'm hoping that it's not fading in and out. I think I fixed the setting that causes that, so we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed, and you know, I just thought that this is something I could do really quick without, you know, going out of my way to, you know, research stuff. So, and I wanted to test the mic. And before I yawn again, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. I should probably go to bed so I can get up and go to work in the morning. Not have to yawn in your faces one more time. So, appreciate the support. Thank you guys very much. Lots of great stuff coming on the way, including a look at the new Amazing Spider-Man 2 action figures. That's the next video that's uploading. I picked up Beetle, Electro, Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate, or I'm sorry, Superior Spider-Man, and Carnage today, so that's coming. We'll catch you later, guys. Peace.